What is up, everybody? This is the Chick coming at you with another World of Warcraft Classic Season of Discovery guide. Today, we're going to be talking about leveling as the warrior. I'm not going to go over gear because you're just going to try to get of the bear as you're leveling. I will talk about weapon progression and skill progression. But before we get started, go and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I have started a Patreon due to request. If you would like to join that, I have it set at a very low bar. You'll be able to see videos one day early, as well as other perks that I am open to. Anyway, let's hop right into it. So, starting out, you want to, at level 10, start putting points in your heroic strike. So, since we are going to be doing that, we're going to be using our heroic strike basically all the time. Um, that's a no-brainer. Then you're going to want to put 2 points into improved rend. Improving the bleed damage of rend isn't necessarily the strongest thing. However, having points in improved rend is a little bit better than points in deflection because 2% parry, I don't know how good that is in the grand scheme of things. I would also put 3 points into improved thunderclap. That is going to reduce the rage cost of thunderclap by 4 rage points. That is a AoE ability as well as a defensive ability, as it is going to be lowering the attack speed of melee attackers against you. From here, I would put 1 point into improved charge, and then put the third point into improved rend. The reason I would put the point into improved rend is to open up deep wounds. Okay, so as you can see, if you don't have 3 points into improved rend, deep wounds isn't open, so you want to do that. And then you're going to put your first point. Now this, you can pick which way you want to do this. You can put 1 point into improved overpower to get the increased overpower crit chance, and then 1 point into deep wounds and followed up with the last 2 points into deep wounds. Or what you can do um, is start out with your points in deep wounds and then put points into improved overpower, and then you're going to have 1 point left over. This 1 point you have, I would just basically put it wherever you want. You can put it in Impale, get increased critical strike damage. We're not going to have a ton of critical strike chance coming in at this point. You can put it in your improved charge. That's about it. I would put it in Impale. Just my 2 pennies. All right, let's talk about the runes real quick. So on the runes, Blood Frenzy is going to likely be the best thing for leveling. All right. Each time you deal bleed damage, you gain 3 rage. So you're just going to make sure you have rend on the target at all times, and you're always going to be getting extra rage. Flagellation is good whenever you activate Blood Rage or Berserker Rage, but you don't get these until later, and then it only lasts for 12 seconds after you pop it. Raging Blow, you have to be enraged for it to work. It's a great ability, but you have to be enraged. And then Warbringer, this is going to be good for PvP. It also could be good for questing and stuff and for dungeons, but for the most part, I think we're going to live at Blood Frenzy. For your leg rune, Consumed by Rage, once you get above 80 rage, you enrage, deal bonus damage for 12 seconds up to a maximum of 12 swings. That's good, but I don't think it's going to be as good while leveling as having increased attack speed on your two-hander, because we are going to want to stick with a two-hander all the way up to at least level 20, because you can't dual wield before that. Furious Thunder, it's fine, increases the time between attacks by an additional 6% and can be used in any stance. Unless you're going to be tanking dungeons, I wouldn't even worry about that. I would go ahead and go with Frenzied Assault. And then on your hand rune, you have a choice. Excuse me. You can go with Victory Rush, which I think is the better choice of the two. Instantly attack the target, causing 151 damage and healing you for 10% of your maximum health. Notice that says maximum health, not base health. Only usable within 20 seconds after you kill an enemy that yields experience or honor. If you are rolling through properly, this should be up for every mob, and you should be dunking. Absolutely dunking. The other option, if you're going to keep up your first aid and cooking and stuff, is going to be Quick Strike, which I think is also a really good suggestion. A reckless instant melee attack with your two-handed weapon, dealing physical damage. This ability benefits and triggers all effects associated with Heroic Strike. So it's going to give you an extra actual weapon attack you can use to dump Fury and stuff. Single-minded Fury is going to be good once you hit 20. Endless Rage, you generate 25% more rage from all damage you deal. This is going to be good later once we have actual buttons to push. And then Devastate, unless you are going to be leveling as a tank, this is a non-starter. So I would suggest Victory Rush, Frenzied Assault, and Blood Frenzy. So these are the talents. These are the runes. Let's hop over into weapon progression. So leveling weapons for DPS warriors. This is over here on Wowhead. Obviously, this will change if we get some new quest items. However, your weapon is your most important thing when you're leveling a melee character. So here's what you should do. First things first, you should try to get a large axe as soon as you can. It's going to be sold by a merchant in one of your starting areas. It's just going to be a straight upgrade from the weapon you start with, no matter what you start with. Copper battle axe. You're going to be able to pick this up in the auction house. There's going to be a lot of blacksmiths. I feel like this is going to be readily available. If you are leveling as Alliance, you're going to be able to get the Edge of People's Militia from the People's Militia quest in Westfall. Really good item for starters. It's going to straight upgrade your Copper Battle Axe. If you are Horde, Serena Bloodfeather in the Barrens is going to give you the Zovor Axe, which is really good. It's got HP on it. It's got good damage per second. It's over 3 seconds. It's a good item. When you do hidden enemies, when you're getting ready to go into RFC, Axe of Orgrimmar is absolutely incredible. 3 strength, 3 stam. Got some good DPS on it. And then Horde, you're going to get the Crescent Staff from the Leaders of the Fang quest that is from Thunderbluff and Wailing Caverns. This is just an amazing item to get you started. And then as Alliance, you're going to grab the Staff of Westfall from the Defias Brotherhood over in the Westfall area in the Deadmines quest. So you're going to be able to just kind of pick and choose. These other ones, non-starters, because they're after level 25. After this, you're going to be going for your pre-raid stuff, right? So this is going to be getting you there. Obviously, I will have links. I'll update this video once we get to the level 40 part, then the 50 part, and then the 60 part. However, it sounds weird to go get a staff as a warrior, but go get these staffs. They are going to be really strong. They've got really high damage ranges. They've got decent stats. I mean, obviously, you're not going to benefit from Int and Spirit as a DPS, melee DPS, but these are going to be really good for you. Secondarily, if you're leveling through dungeons, you have other options that are, easier to get because you're going to be killing the dungeon bosses. So you're going to be able to get the Arc Door Axe from doing SFK. You're going to be able to get, an amalgamation of one-handers if that's what you're trying to do. Just keep your head on a swivel for an item that drops. Like, yeah, these are itemized properly because they have stamina and strength. But the best thing you can do for your warrior is get a weapon that is slow, that has a high damage range. That way you are bonking as hard as you can bonk when you swing your bonk stick. Anyway, that's about it for the warrior leveling guide. This is pretty easy. This is pretty cut and dry. I'll be trying to come out with these as we go along. Just kind of helping give you guys an idea of what direction to go in. But until the next one, can't wait to see you guys in Azeroth.